Here we go. It is time for another Orange Friday right here on the Fox 32 Plaza.
That's right. We have so much fun ahead right here on Good Day Chicago. So thanks for being here with us.
When I first got to rehab, one of my biggest fears was that everyone was going to recognize me. Gradually, a new fear took over. I'm not like exaggerating to be funny. No one.
Chicago comedian John Mulaney is one of the hottest comics today, and he's opening up about his recovery from his drug addiction and recovery in his Netflix special, Baby J. And Jake had the chance to chat with him.
Yeah, so I'm a really big John Mulaney fan. I'd never spoken to him before, so this was really cool. Not only is he a Chicago guy, I really do think he is one of the best stand-up comics of all time. He was a brilliant writer on SNL. He's performing 2 nights in Rosemont next month, and his Netflix special, Baby J, was just nominated for an Emmy. Now, in this special, John Mulaney talks a lot about his drug addiction, the intervention, the rehab, the recovery, and he has a way of finding humor in all of it. So when we sat down for an interview, I wanted to talk with him about his drug intervention and finding humor in the darkness. There is that old expression that I've always heard, is that comedy is tragedy plus time. Obviously, you have some incredibly funny stories about dark moments in your life, but I am curious about one specifically.
That night, December 18th, 2020, I was invited over to my friend's apartment for dinner. Exciting, right? No. When I got there, it was a trick. There was no dinner. It was an intervention for me. Interventions for me are my least favorite kind of intervention.
How long did it take for you to find your intervention funny?
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't find it funny on the night.
When I walked into my intervention, I knew immediately that it was an intervention. Do you know how bad of a drug problem you have to have? If when you open a door and see people gathered, your first and immediate thought is probably an intervention about my drug problem.
To me, I look back, I go, that is the power of how strong drugs are, that I was just so mad and sad.
I walk in the room, there's 6 of my friends sitting there in person in New York, and 6 of my friends over Zoom from LA. You may be thinking, hey, if that was me, I would have been like, if you're so worried about me, how come you didn't fly in? Don't worry. I said that several times.
When did I start to find it funny? About a week in, I talked to some friends on the phone who had been there, and they reminded me of things I said. And I was still needed a lot of help at that point, but it was a little bit off to the races in terms of laughing at it.
Let me just call this out now. I don't mean to be weird. It was a star-studded intervention. It was like a good group. It was a good group. As mad as I was when I walked in there, I was like, this is a good lineup. This is really flattering in its own way.
We're going to have more from John Mulaney coming up in the next hour of Good Day Chicago, including what he thinks is the funniest thing about the city of Chicago. You can see his special Baby J on Netflix now, and he's performing 2 shows, probably already sold out, if not close to sold out, in Rosemont next month. He's really one of my favorite comedians working today.
And I think most great comedians can take dark things.
That's exactly right. And especially when it's
laugh.
about himself. He's got a whole thing, and yeah, I love the bit where he talks about going to rehab and being angry that he goes on to say that, like, they wrote about him in the newspaper that he was in rehab, and he like left the newspaper open and would walk and be like, "What's that, guys? John Mulaney in rehab?" So he's a good sport about it, and he's clean and he's healthy. He's got a new wife, he's got a new baby, so he's doing very well.
Good for him. Wonderful to hear. The series Just for Kicks is a lifestyle series where shoes, fashion, and sneaker culture take center stage with the influencers that make them hot. Now, it features celebrity guests from the worlds of sports, music, and entertainment, bringing everything together so well. This morning, we are joined by Don Benjamin, one of the influencers, and winner of America's Next Top Model. Come on. I knew those eyes looked familiar. Ryan Lamar, producer and recording artist, and Antoine Wade, the series creator. Gentlemen, thank you for being here on the show.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, absolutely. So what inspired the creation of the series? Let's start there.
Well, just for me, working with my cousin Dwayne Wade in Miami, working around like sports and shoes, watching all the incredible things he did to incorporate into his shoe brand, I just was like, we need a show that's centered around sneakers and fashion to where people can come on and kind of tell the why behind why they love sneakers so much.
You really dropped Dwayne Wayne's name like so casually, but it's okay.
It was all casual, right?
So who are some of the special guests that will be stopping by for season 1?
Oh man, we got Allen Iverson on there with us. We got Bun B. We got the legend John Sally. Yeah.
Barton Fitzpatrick,
Chicago guy.
Nice.
Yeah, we got some good people coming to play with us.
The lineup is nice. Okay, and what would you say are 3 key things to help maintain sneakers? You get a nice pair of sneakers. You don't want somebody to step on them, but over time, what do you do to maintain them?
I think you buy a lot, so you don't got to wear the same one over and over.
There's that too.
Exactly.
What do you want people to take away from the show, though?
You know what? Everybody has a story behind the shoe. When you woke up this morning, you thought about what you were going to put on your feet. And there's always a story, and everybody has got something to tell. So what's behind the shoe?
Ooh, I love it. Again, thank you all so much for being here. Best of luck with the series. We're season 1, but I think there will be 2, 3, 4, 30.
Hopefully.
Something like that.
Yes,
We'll speak it into existence
keep it running.
now.
We have been celebrating our veterans all this week on Fox 32, and so have the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, as part of the Chicago Bears Salute to Service Week, we celebrate U.S. Navy Reserve Captain Elizabeth Pennick. She's on the plaza with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are
Welcome.
you?
We've been chatting a
Thank
little
you
bit.
so much.
Please share what you have shared with us about yourself and your military background.
My name is Elizabeth Penix. I'm a captain in the U.S. Navy JAG Corps Reserves, and I joined right after 9/11. And I was happy to serve 7 years of active duty, and then I've been in the reserves since then.
You've been a busy lady because you've been doing that whole lawyering thing too. You're an attorney.
Yeah, that's right.
You've been 19 years now, and you said it was 9/11, like so many other vets, that inspired you to say, I want to get in.
It was.
Tell me about that.
It was a very shocking and tragic day, and in our generation, we weren't used to that at the time, and we had been attacked on our soil. And the reason why I chose to join the Navy was because my brother Ben was in the Navy.
Okay.
And he was on the USS Enterprise, and they were on their way home from a deployment, and they actually had to turn their ship around and go back to do operations in Afghanistan. So I was very called to serve, and I felt like I needed to do something to support our country.
Talk about what Veterans Day means to you.
So Veterans Day is actually a day of joy and a day of celebrating veterans. So it's different than Memorial Day, and a lot of people get those confused, but Memorial Day is all about honoring the fallen and those that have passed from service or from their injuries of war. But Veterans Day is just a day to celebrate veteran service, and it's a good day to also think about service, because less than 1% of the population actually joins the military, and it is becoming a family business at the point where a lot of people that are joining now have family. So it's really becoming a family-centered sort of thing. But it is a very great place to serve, get good benefits, and I would encourage anybody under the age of 45 to try and apply and see how they can serve, because there are 165 jobs. If you think about the international corporation that it is, it's not a corporation, but it's the military, but any job you'd want in a corporation is available in the military.
It's amazing to hear you talk about this too, because a lot of women don't even think of this as an option. But here you are, you joined the military, you went on to form a whole nother career as an attorney, and yet you're still managing to balance both. So I think your message to women, if you want to give one, would be what when it comes to the military?
I would say that if you want to have something that is yours, that you can be so proud of personally, and you can earn a pension that's in your name, it's a really great way to serve your country, and it also is a great way to serve alongside people from all over the world. And I would say balancing it has been a challenge as a reservist, but I applaud my sisters and brothers on active duty and the reserves and the National Guard units for balancing it, because it's really a part-time job in addition to your full-time life. So I would say go for it. It's a grind, but so is the rest of life. And so why not earn a pension, and why not serve your country?
What have you learned about yourself while in service?
I have learned that I'm capable of way more than I thought I was.
I love that.
I have been thrown into leadership roles, and I've been given tasks that I would never have thought I could do. And I learned in the military that I am a leader, and I'm a incredibly strong woman, and I did not know that before.
Okay, that is fantastic. We absolutely love that.
You walked up today too. Your presence is very commanding.
Yeah, and I mean, sign me up. What a great, emblem and representative you are for the military. And we want to say, we learned today that not all veterans like to hear this. Thank you for your service, but we do appreciate everything that you do and continue to do, because you just served a deployment a year ago, you said?
No, it was 2015.
Oh, 2015. She was in Guantanamo, but you were there for a whole year.
I was.
Yeah.
I was,
so, and who knows when you're going to be called up again?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know that's a real possibility with the future of where our world is.
Absolutely.
And we just don't know what's next.
Right.
But we're ready, and I would encourage everybody to get ready.
Well, you are phenomenal. Thank you so much for spending
thank
some
you
time
so
with
much,
us
and
this
thank
morning.
you to the Bears. On Monday night, we had an awesome event, and all these women got together and just synergized and talked, and it was the feeling was electric. So thank you to the Bears.
That's awesome.
For their very generous night at Gene and Georgetti's. It was an incredible event.
And thank you for the Bears to introducing you to us,
Oh,
right?
I'm so happy to be
what
here.
a
Thank
pleasure.
you so much
Thank
for
you
this,
again.
and happy Veterans Day, and happy Navy, happy Marine Corps birthday.
There you
It's
go.
a Marine Corps birthday.
Here we
today.
go. But
so
we still got to
248
say,
years old.
go Navy
Yeah.
too.
Yes,
go Navy.
go Navy.
Okay.
Go Navy. Beat Army.
Yes.
And as we head toward Veterans Day, I want to
Awesome.
remind you, Fox is once again partnering with U.S. Vets for the Make Camo Your Cause campaign. The goal, raise money and awareness to U.S. Vets' mission to end veteran homelessness. So if you would like to donate, go to that website on your screen, honor.usvets.org/FoxForward. You can also get there by using your camera phone and scanning the QR code on your screen.
And we want to honor some of those who have served our country. This is a picture of Captain Juan J. Fernandez, father of our 8 a.m. producer, Summer Fernastro de Castro. Summer, oh, I love that. Okay, he served in the Marine Corps and he is now retired, and she is very proud. And this is a picture of Norman B. Horn. He served in the Army during the Korean War and was assigned to the Sky Sweeper. He is now 90 years old and currently resides in Oak Brook. Thank you so much for sharing that fabulous picture. Thank you to all veterans as we approach Veterans Day.
2023 Chicago Bears Fan of the Year.
Oh yeah, that's our next guest, Shamika Leach, officially nominated by the Chicago Bears for NFL Super Fan of the Year.
Go girl! Yes, we are so happy to announce right here on Orange Friday that Shamika has been nominated, but there's more.
Yeah, so Shamika, what's going on through your mind right now, knowing that the Bears nominee for this award?
What's going on through my mind?
It says
First
shake
of all,
it
I've been
up.
a Bears fan since I was 18 years old.
Okay.
My father made me watch it until I learned to love the game. What's going on through my mind? It's a lot of fans, and I respect all the fans, but I'm just so humbled to be the #1 ultimate fan for the Chicago Bears for 2023. I am so humble and excited.
But there's a reason that you were nominated. It's not just because you love the Bears, but it's because what you do for the community. Tell us about your community service.
That's correct. So I've been doing community service not only with them myself, but I've been doing community service with the Bears for years. I also, in my community, I am a camp director for Loving Tomorrow's Kids, where we give back to the community. It's 100 kids we provide for. Our camp is free to the Robbins kids in the surrounding areas, not just Robbins. I'm a commissioner for the city of Markham.
Wow.
And I also give back scholarships.
You do so much.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, so many people benefit from it. Show us what you have in front of you right now and tell us how you found out that you were nominated.
So I am holding the Super Bowl tickets I was awarded from the Chicago Bears and the NFL Association. Me and my guest was awarded 2 tickets to the Super Bowl. And how I found out, they kind of tricked me. I was actually, they called and told me I was a referee. So I refereed the mascot game during halftime. And then they was like, oh no, stand on the field, we have a surprise for you. and that's when they awarded me the
my
2023 Fan of the Year award.
I met your guest too today, but just in case she can't go, you can call me.
Okay.
I just want to see the halftime show. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
So I'm excited for the whole VIP experience, even from not just, going to the Super Bowl. I got to meet all of the members and the employees of the Bears, the owners.
That's so cool.
And so many different players throughout my community service time. So I'm just grateful to just be even thought and chosen to be the 2023 Fan of the Year.
We want to help you win too. So there's a voting process. I know. How can we share? How can we help you out?
Okay, so it is a voting process. Voting starts today.
Come on.
And you can vote for me, myself, your Chicago auntie. You can vote for me on the NFL.com/Fan of the Year. And voting starts today and it ends February 7th.
Well, you know what? We know a lot of people love you, and we want to bring them on because this is her family. Let's hear it. Come on, let's cheer. Let's be excited here. Congratulations, and I love the family. You guys are obviously so. Yes.
Reverend Brown.
Reverend Brown.
That's my daughter. That's the baby.
You should be proud.
I am.
The Bears' new quarterback, Tyson Bagent, has been leading the team to success in recent weeks after Justin Fields suffered that injury.
Bagent is making headlines for winning games, but he also has a pretty cool dad.
Yeah, so this is a really fun story. This clip of Travis arm wrestling an NFL reporter is now going viral, and a local designer saw the video and insisted on hooking Travis up with a custom suit. So we are now joined by Sunny Balani from Balani Custom Suits. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank
Welcome
you for having
to
me.
Orange Friday. Okay, this is hilarious. How did this all come about?
So, like many people, I saw that video that went viral on the internet, and I just absolutely loved his charisma, his charm, the way he conducted himself in front of a camera, and more than that, I just thought it was a great story. He's a 28-time world championship arm wrestler who is raised a quarterback who is now helping the Bears move forward with the wins.
You're like,
It's
I'm going to
crazy.
get this guy a suit.
His energy is incredible.
I love it.
So what can you tell us about the suit? Anything?
Yeah.
Is it orange? Is it blue?
So I ended up making him two.
Okay.
I ended up meeting his wife, which was lovely, and we got in a debate about whether or not to make him a tuxedo or a suit, and decided to do both for
So
him.
you did both. And do you have any idea when he's going to be wearing?
Sorry, what's that?
Do you know when he's going to be wearing it?
He's got a lot of events coming up now
Okay.
with his son and different things. He's been invited. He's going viral, so it's a great.
What was his reaction when
Yeah.
you tried on the suit? Because
Well-
you put on a good suit that's custom made for you, you can't help but smile.
Well, he was absolutely thrilled with the process and everything, and we actually had fun because we arm wrestled for the suit.
Oh, you did?
And he, of course, super charmer, and I
let you win?
I let him win.
Oh, you let him win. Oh, this guy,
The other way
I
around.
love it. Okay, tell us a little about your business, because you've been around for a while now in Chicago doing these suits, right?
Yes, thank you. So my father actually started the business in 1961. He was a small sole proprietor in Chicago for many, many years, and I ended up having a career in investment banking, left that career to help try and scale and build that business. And so in 2002, I took it, and it's been 20 years, and now we've got 14 locations around the country.
Wow,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
great.
my dad never thought I'd go into it, so
Oh,
couldn't
I
have been
love
prouder.
You mentioned this earlier. You
Yeah.
Yes.
arm wrestling, Travis. Walk us through it. What was your strategy? What were you thinking?
I was listening to whatever he said. The
And
guy's
you're like, please don't break my arm. I got to make more suits.
Okay.
he's a wall. He is.
It looks like it.
That is so much fun. Okay, I love it. Look at that. Okay, now I have to say, you said it was tradition. Your dad started this.
Yes.
Now you're doing it, and I'm looking at your son over there. Come on over here. What's your son's name?
Next
Come
generation.
on over
Come here.
Jay.
Next generation of suit makers, and I want to know: is he wearing any custom Balani right
He is.
now?
Why don't you take off that
Oh,
jacket
fashion show! Ooh, look at the lining on this.
there? Yeah, actually,
Show
why don't
it
you show
off.
him the lining?
Show off the lining for us.
Open it up.
Look at that.
007, you got it.
That's impressive. Do you make dresses?
We don't.
Okay, T's gonna come visit you then.
You make suits for women?
We do not, unfortunately, but my
yeah.
daughter says that one day she's going to launch
Look
that
at
brand.
Busy,
so-
right?
Yes.
Oh, well, that was such a fun story. We so appreciate you coming on, and thank you for modeling your dad's. Are you going to get into the business? Maybe, he says, maybe. Okay. Well, it's great meeting you guys, both of you. And keep up the good work, and let us know when he wears the suit. So send us a picture.
Will
okay?
do, absolutely.
We'll put it on the news. It's time for tailgating, absolutely. And today we are joined by Javi Ayala. He is cooking up some delicious food with Pilot Project Brewing.
That's right. Let's talk about what you have brought and some of the tailgate options. It's already smelling great out here.
Yes, it is.
So give us a lay of the land here.
Absolutely. So we're doing some tacos today. Whenever I grew up grilling, we were making tacos. So I have some beautiful skirt steak working on the grill. Give you guys a little tease of what that's looking like right now. While that finishes up, talk about our sides here. We have a nice little chimichurri ready to go. A little poblano salsa, and a smoked pico de gallo.
Ooh, I love it. Okay, what does the press do for the meat?
So the weight gives us a little nice sear. So increases our cook time. The beauty of that skirt steak, so thin, great for a tailgate. Cooks real fast, good for a large crowd.
So this is your thing. I love it.
When you are incubating.
Yes.
Okay.
Good term.
When you're a brewing incubator,
Yes.
what does that mean and what does that entail?
So you're someone who wants to get into the brewing business. You're passionate about beer. You come to us with your idea. We say, this is a great idea. How can we help you? We help you with marketing. We help you with production. We put some of our local incubated brands into places like the United Center or Wrigley. And they go on to take their brand and do whatever they like with it.
I love it. You're helping all the other entrepreneurs. Okay, let's get to cooking here. Show us how this
Let's
works.
get to cooking.
Yes.
So this is finishing up. While this finishes up, I have some stuff for us to try.
Okay.
Chip for you.
Oh, yay.
Chip for you.
Should I save it?
Yes, absolutely save it.
Okay.
So this is our smoked sea salt pico de gallo.
Is
Give
it
you a little-
hot?
No, not super spicy.
all
A little milder for an inclusive crowd.
Come on now.
Go ahead and taste that for me.
Oh, that's delicious.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
here,
You
give
like
that
it?
to me.
Going on the side there?
Yeah.
And what beer pairs well with this?
Oh man, a million options here. I like some of our own brands, Brewer's Kitchen, our home brand. Tolo Tolo is our Mexican lager, does very nice. Funky Town, also a great pairing. Absolutely, very popular in Chicago currently.
So let's make this taco.
Let's
so
get these ready to
You're
go.
putting the tortillas on there as well.
Tortillas are on. Our steak is about finished. Let me pull that now.
And tell me how you season that steak. What you put on
Super simple for us. Garlic, little oil, salt, pepper.
it? Ooh.
Guys, I am so excited about this. For the last 30 years, actor Jason Mewes has entertained audiences around the world as half of the iconic movie duo Jay and Silent Bob. And now he's gearing up to entertain audiences this weekend when he performs at Zany's Comedy Club in Rosemont. But before he does, he joins me live on the Fox 32 Plaza. Jason, always good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you.
One of the things I surprises people so often is, I've had the pleasure of meeting you many times, and I always tell people he's not Jay. Like, Jay is a character that he plays. I'm sort of curious, the difference on your stand-up show, surprising people whenever you get up there and you go, oh, like, he's just funny in his own right without being the character of Jay.
Yeah, I mean, luckily it's nice because I tell stories from like when Kevin and I met, and then I tell stories a little bit about behind the scenes at the movies and stuff, but then I talk about, I have 2 kids, so I talk about some funny stuff at home and all that. So, I mean, again, but the good thing is people have been following me. I feel like most people that come to the show have been following me, and they sort of know that I'm not exactly Jay. Some people still think that they'll come up to me and be waiting for me to say Snoogans or something. But it's like when Kevin wrote the character, that's exactly how I was at 16 years old, 17 years old. But as I grew up, I had to grow up too, so I couldn't be so obnoxious and everything. But it's funny, there's still some people that wait. I feel like I could tell they're waiting like for me to do something. So, but the shows have been awesome, the stand-up stuff, because it's not something I planned, and especially like when I'm not doing movies or whatever else, I have some other outlet to try to make people smile and laugh. So it's been fun.
You talk about fans coming up to you. One of the things I love most about you and Kevin Smith is how important it is for you guys. I mean, you guys go out to so many Comic-Cons and conventions around the world. When you do comedy shows, you guys stay after, you talk with people. I'm sort of curious why you guys still do that. What it means to you to, even at this point in your career, say, listen, these fans were there for us 30 years ago, and we want to still be there for them.
It's honestly, for me, it's still surreal that like I was roofing and delivering pizza for many years after the movies, and for people to still want to come up and say hi, that's good to me, because the day I go to a convention and everyone else has people coming up saying hi and thank you and all that, and I'm over at the table by myself, that's going to be a sad day. So, again, I appreciate everybody that comes up and says hello and all that, and I love it because we have 75-year-olds and we have 14-year-olds, and I love that the movies have been passed from one generation to the next, and again, it's not something I planned on doing, and it's been surreal and awesome. So,
well, you talk about the movies being passed from generation to generation. We are just a couple of weeks out from the 30th anniversary of Clerks being at Sundance, which not just obviously changed your life, but that changed independent film in general. Like, that was seismic. I'm just sort of curious what you remember most about that moment. Like, was there a moment 30 years ago where you thought to yourself, like, oh, my life's about to change?
No, that's what I mean. It was weird, you know, because we did the movie and I didn't think anything of it. I was 17 and Kevin's like, we're making this movie. And after we were done filming, I just kept roofing and delivering pizza. And then he's like, all right, the movie got bought and people are going to see it. I was like, cool. But I didn't think anything of it. We went and did Mallrats. Even after that, I came back home and delivered pizza. And then we did Chasing Amy. I still delivered pizza and did construction and stuff. It wasn't until Dogma that I stopped doing it. So it really wasn't until Dogma, which was a few years later, that I was like, wow, maybe this is something I can do. I've done like 5 movies. I started doing different things with Kevin. So yeah, it's like I didn't think that, but I started to see like Kevin started like he brought his friends out to do Mallrats. Like there was like 5 of us from Clerks who went to do Mallrats, and then he wrote me in the Chasing Amy one scene and stuff. So yeah, it took a few years before I realized like, wow, this is becoming something, and it's been
I've got to ask. While you were acting and delivering pizza, did you ever deliver a pizza to someone and have them look at you and go like, wait, I know you?
Yeah, there was right after Chasing Amy, it was Mallrats though, had just started getting out there, and it came the DVD. I remember knocking on the door and being like, hey man, that'll be $12.95, and the guy was counting. He's like, wait a second, weren't you in that movie Mallrats? I was like, Snooch did the Nooch, right? And I'm thinking this guy's like, oh, he saw the movie, he's gonna give me a big tip for the, and he was like, oh, you're in movies, you don't need a tip, and he shut the door. I was like,
let that be always tip, no matter who's delivering the pizza. Jason Mewes, you're gonna be this weekend at Zanies, Rosemont. You want to come out and see the show? Trust me, I gotta be honest with you. I have seen Jason in person many, many times, and he's one of the you and Kevin are 2 of the nicest people I've ever met in this industry. So continued success. Congratulations to you and your family, man. Happy to see you're doing well.
By the band with Chicago Drumline.
Oh yeah, and good morning to Annie Palomino, who is the executive director, and also to one of the Drumline people herself. This is Harmony Smith. She's actually a founding member. Is that right?
Yes.
That's fantastic. Well, good morning and welcome to both of you. I have to ask you first, because I've been watching you and the Drumline and the other dancers. What is it about this that you guys love so much? Because we can tell you love this. You're having a blast.
Yes, I do enjoy this very much. I like that it gives people in the west side of Chicago opportunity to do amazing things. We get to go on Sox. We go on Sox games. We're going to do New Year's Eve Bears.
Wow.
It's so exciting. Like, it's really so good.
Wow.
Annie, what is it like working with these young people?
It's very rewarding. I'm a musician myself and an educator, so I'm doing what I love. And I've known many of them for a long time.
Yeah.
Since they were just,
So
we're
you've seen
watching them
growth.
grow up.
Yeah.
And opportunities like this, they really light up. We're having a blast. We're so happy to be here.
Love that.
I love it. They're seeing themselves now on camera and on TV. How did Chicago Bandwidth come about, and what was the goal in doing this?
That's a great question. So I founded Bandwidth 10 years ago. We're in our 10th year promoting wellness through lasting access to the arts on the west side. And it was founded when the funding was cut for a little band program that we had at the time. Harmony was in it.
Yeah, it was at my school. I used to play the guitar, bass, the piano, and Miss Palomino, she taught me all of those instruments, and it was like really fun.
That's awesome. Well, we're excited to hear them next.
Yeah, so let's step out of the way.
We're going to
Take
come
it away.
on. You guys take it away. We're stepping away.
Right here.
Good day, Chicago. Orange Friday. be right back. Tom, we are back with our Chicago Bears superfan, Paris Morris.
That's right. We're so happy to have you here with us. 14 years old and already doing great things. Talk to us about what it means to be a Bears fan to you.
So, I mean, you just gotta have faith. You just gotta have optimism, faith. You just gotta trust everything that they're doing right now.
So,
hope that stuff gets better.
So you are not telling us you never give up on the Bears. Okay, how
Never.
did you start becoming a super fan? Was it somebody in your family that got you watching?
Hometown. I love this city. I love the city. I want to play for the Bears one day.
Aw.
I want to go out there and be the next Deion Sanders in orange.
Okay. I was just about to ask you what position do you want to play, but you kind of answered that.
Yep, corner.
Who's your
Corner
favorite
all the
player
way.
on the team right now, and why?
Right now, I have to say it's Eddie Jackson.
Okay.
His patience, his expertise. He's one of the more underrated players at the safety position. Just love watching him every single time the Bears come on.
Okay, so when the Bears come on, walk me through what like a Sunday or like in yesterday's case, a Thursday is when the Bears are playing for you. What do you do?
Sitting at the couch, sitting in a chair, big TV in front of me, a bunch of snacks, probably some breakfast or some prime time, get dinner, popcorn, ice cream, anything I can get my hands on.
Lots of good food, it sounds like. Okay, I know you're only 14 years old, but you have to have a favorite Bears memory. If you think back, was there a particular game, a particular incident? I noticed you have a shirt that's signed. Let's go back and talk about what is your favorite Bears memory.
Favorite memory, double doink. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Absolutely not. I don't want to really let that again. But favorite Bears memory
Yeah.
might be Walter Payton's retirement.
Wow.
Just the whole atmosphere of that game. It's just so heavy.
Yeah.
He done so much for his franchise, gave us our first Super Bowl. And then we just had to say goodbye. It was a lot. I didn't experience it, but I can imagine the feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. His legacy lives on for sure. Talk to me. How many games have you been to? Have you been to any games at Soldier Field?
I've not been to a game yet, but I've been to a Soldier Field game, but it was a college game. I haven't been to a Bears game.
Oh, we gotta make that happen.
Yes, we do.
We gotta make
Yes,
some
we
calls.
do.
I'll have my people call their people, and then their people will call your people.
We gotta shake some stuff up.
I agree.
Yeah. That sounds nice.
Well, keep hanging with us. It's been a joy just chatting with you. The holidays are nearly here soon, and you'll be seeing more turkey, more tinsel, lights, and red kettles. It's the season of giving, and Salvation Army does it best. Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Rich joins us with a look ahead at the season. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you, Anita. Really great to be here.
I think about how much we talk about inflation these days. Has it increased the need now?
Oh, absolutely. We're seeing our food pantries have longer lines than ever before. The need for food, the need, just gas price, everything. We all know, we're all feeling it.
Yes.
And yet those who are on the edge financially are really feeling it these days.
Absolutely. And people can help in so many ways.
Yeah, and certainly this time of year with the red kettles out there all around. We have a big goal this year. We want to raise $18 million around the Chicagoland area to serve people not just at Christmas time, but all year long. Our work never stops, and so we really count on the generosity of Chicagoans.
And we always appreciate what you all do. Talk about where the money from the kettles goes.
Yeah, it goes throughout the Chicagoland area to all of our locations. We have 20 locations just in Chicagoland, and so we have food pantries at those locations. We have case management services to help people with rent, utilities, all kinds of needs that they may have. And so that money is really the safety net for people who really need it throughout the Chicago area.
Yeah, let's give a little background here. When did the Salvation Army first start using kettles to raise money? And you all have come such a long way that now you don't have just to drop, coins in the bucket, right?
That's right. So 1901 was the first time we started doing kettles in Chicago. It started in San Francisco a few years before that, and we picked it up. But yeah, we have QR codes, we have Venmo, we have. If you have a phone, you can be generous at the kettle this year.
That's right. How much does the average kettle bring in?
About $4,000, throughout the season. So yeah, all those dollars and pennies and dimes and quarters, they really add up.
Welcome back. We are back with head chef Javi Ayala, who just finished making the most amazing tacos. Do you guys agree? Right? Wow, this is so good. And real quick, where can people find you?
We're at 2140 North Milwaukee Avenue, right off of California Mall.
Oh, I say go. If this is
Before the show is over, I'm like, I don't want to eat. I don't want it in my teeth. I don't want, that kind of thing. No, we dove into this.
We did.
I'm happy we loved it.
Well, you did a great job. Thank you for bringing our tailgate and lunch for us. We so appreciate you.
Of course.
Come back
be here.
anytime.
Whenever you guys will have me, I'll be back.
We've had a great time out here today, everybody. And it doesn't end at this moment. There's still a little bit more, right?
Bandwidth